Chat room, you've all been very patient. Thank you very much. Well, whatever. They've been enjoying the pre-show as well.
Yeah, of course.
They're fine.
They get stuff. It's not like it's not like they're not getting something.
Yeah. Plus, what are y'all doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're in here. You got stuff. Just relax. They're not complaining at all. So I'm making this all up. All right, Brian, here goes. The beginning of the show starts as soon as I pull up this file. Here we go. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
Good for valuable premiums. It does of your smoking rollies, America's greatest cigarette value.
Coming your way 2 weeks from today.
Big news. Good news.
And now back again after a hectic week in Hollywood.
You, your friends, and your Johnson.
The morning stream, desperately working off a pile of parking lot tacos since 2011.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for October 7th, 2019. I'm Scott. He's Brian. Good morning, Brian.
Hello, Scott. Happy Monday to you.
Thanks, man. We'll see. You know, I got a lot going on. Got a few fires to put out after this. I got an art gig that kind of came out of nowhere that I need to evaluate. I have a meeting right after the show to see whether or not that's going to fly. If it is one, it could be good, but it will be a huge time sink. So a lot of stuff in my head about how am I going to schedule that in? Am I already busy schedule and blah, blah, blah. But it's all
Mondays
good.
are turning into my new Wednesdays, right? Like Wednesdays used to be the day of my week. It's like, oh, okay, it's just the day that everything has to get done. Mondays are becoming that, especially with ANTP and Soundography is back. We're back recording that, and it's turned into the new Wednesday.
It fills in quick. You know how Wednesday's called Hump Day? What do we call Monday? Does that have a fun little name? Do we not do that?
I think it's just Monday is a bad enough name for it. Do we need a worse name for it?
I guess
Monday.
not. Monday.
Somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Because you got the Mondays, which is always grumpy. Then you got Taco Tuesdays. Then you got Hump Day. Then you got Thor's Day. And then
Thor's Day.
Yeah. And then Friday's just what? I'm in love, I guess.
Friday,
if you're the Cure.
man. Yeah, I mean, Friday, you got to get down on Friday.
Yeah. Friday's the day everybody sings about. Yep.
Picking in the back seat. Which seat do I take?
Oh, my gosh, dude. I haven't. Do you know how long it's been since on this show we made reference to Fridays? That old song.
What's her face? Rebecca Black.
Yeah, was that her name?
Friday. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. You know what? As a fun throwback, here's this.
It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah. See, there you go. That's as much as we'll do.
Okay, let's start planting our flag and placing a couple bets.
Okay.
Rebecca Black. The next time we hear about Rebecca Black, is it A, as a performer on Dancing with the Stars,
yeah.
B, a violent arrest over drugs in Florida,
some kind of TMZ thing? You think like that?
Some kind of TMZ thing.
Okay.
C, new pop sensation got singing lessons and is dropping her brand new album, with Polydor Records in the fall. What's it gonna like? What's the next time we hear about Rebecca Black?
I mean,
because there's no way we're done. Like, there's no way she's like, okay, I've had my taste of fame and I'm done. I can go move on to anonymity.
Yeah, she's too young. She's got her whole life ahead of her to make either bad choices or surprisingly good ones.
Right. Cutter as a tool says D, porn.
Oh man, I hope not. I hope that isn't where it ends up going for her.
Yeah,
She's a very nice girl, I'm sure, and doesn't need that in her life. Let's see, Rebecca Black, currently. Oh, she's gotten older, like we all do. Yeah, she's born in '97. That makes her 22. So she's
No, same exact age as Tristan.
Yeah. Let's see her song Fridays. Oh, she still has it. Let's see what she says on Twitter. Let's. I know we weren't planning on this, but damn it, this is great. This is good contact.
Yeah, I mean, we've already dipped our toe into the Rebecca Black pool. We might as well swim.
Well, she is still enjoying a $1.2 million followership on Twitter. That's not bad.
Okay.
She's got a Patreon. She does I'm trying to see if she's singing anything else. She's still doing YouTube stuff. I can't find any songs, though. She has a...
Oh, really? So is it all like talking about still working on that heavy decision of front seat or back seat?
A little bit. Let's see if she... Okay, Mr. Bucket Machine. Yeah, there's not a lot going on with her stuff. It looks like she's not singing so much. Maybe she's fine, though. I say, well done.
Oh, yeah.
Soaked it up, got what you needed out of that Fridays deal.
Exactly.
Maybe you moved on.
I know she suffered a lot through through a lot of online ridicule with her singing voice. But how do you not? You put yourself out there, you kind of get
you get all sides, Brian, and I think she took it in stride, you know? She took it in stride, whatever that means anymore. What does it mean to take something in stride?
I don't know what that means. I guess, you water off a duck's back.
I know what it is. If you're walking, I got it. I'll bet you this is the origin, and I'm not looking this up. I'm totally coming up with this in my head, and you tell me if you think I'm right. Taking it in stride comes from either somebody on stage, walking off stage, or otherwise just walking somewhere, and somebody's hurling like fruit at you, and you're getting hit, but you don't stop your stride. You just keep walking. It doesn't hold you up.
You don't break your stride. As Matthew Wilder once told us, don't let nothing gonna break your stride.
Oh, I thought it was style. Have I had that wrong all these years? Hold on. Ain't nothing gonna break my style.
Ain't nothing gonna slow me down. Oh no.
I got to keep... Yeah, I thought it was style.
No, Matthew Wilder, break my stride.
Great. Let nobody pick your bum. Got it.
Yes, don't let him do that either.
All right, today is a revelatory day. We should all be on pins and needles about what I have to hear today. Went in for another blood test on Friday. I don't think I mentioned it on TMSPM. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Oh, I can't remember. Well, you and I talked about it, but I can't remember if it was pre-film sack or when,
Right. It may have been... yeah, we may have talked about it Saturday or Sunday a little bit, but... By the way, great film sack. Brian picked the best movie for us to cover. Oh my gosh, that thing was good.
It was such a fun movie to do.
It was so good. For what we do in October, it was like the most perfect pick. It was really great. Good. Props for that. But anyway, I had to go in for another blood test because they ordered another one. They said, well, yeah, your glucose is great, but really what we need is this A1-4B5 freaking up your butt, hoo-ha, whatever thing that I didn't get. And I said, freaking really? Great. Okay, so you've ordered it from my doctor? Yes, just go into their lab and they'll do it for you. That's what the insurance company says. I go to the lab on Friday. There's an opening. I go in. I go to the lady, this nice tattooed up lady at the counter there.
Was her name Lydia?
No, I think it was like Gina, and she's just moved here from St. George because it's so hot there. And I said, you may in the middle of winter wish you were in St. George. But anyway. She's a lovely, nice girl, and she was. The other thing she goes, "There's nothing to do when you're like me down there." I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "You're either a student because it's a big college town, going to Dixie College, or you're an old person retiring there and you're playing golf all the time. Everything in between is just weird in St. George, and so you just end up going to Vegas a lot." And I said, "Well, I have a friend who would love that problem." I said.
No, I think I'd love that problem for the first month, and then I'd hate that problem.
Well, you'd hate it because the uniqueness would go away, right? You wouldn't have the specialness of
I think
get to go once in a while.
Maybe, but I'm thinking more it's like it would be with that quick enough access to get to Vegas, I'd go more often, and the problem would be that I'd go more often, and I'd probably be broke, and I wouldn't get stuff done because it's like, well, I could just pop down for the weekend. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't need to work on this freelance or work on this project or
right.
That would be my problem.
Yeah, I totally get that. Well, it's a nice place. I like St. George. I could retire there. It's very, very nice. Anyway, so nice. The point is, she's very nice. We're having this conversation. Sales geeks in the chat reminding me that I did need the A1C. Well, I know, but they didn't tell me. They never ordered the right thing. It's not my fault. Anyway. So I say, I go in for this A1C plus, this is the other thing I didn't know. So I go in and I say, yeah, I'm here for this. They go, oh, we don't see an order for it. I'm like, holy shit, you people. What are we doing? Nobody's got nothing. Nobody knows what the right hand's doing, the left hand's doing. Are they together going like this? Are they over here going blah, 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 blah? Like, what are we doing with our hands?
Right, sure.
And she finally gets around to, well, it doesn't matter. We'll get you in. and let me look up your name. So she looks me up. She goes, now it says here, while we don't show one scheduled, we do show that you're supposed to get an A1C. I said, that is correct. And she goes, and an HVRPRX freaking double XP poo-poo. And I said, wait, what's that in the second one? She goes, well, that's one for, I don't know what she even said, some other thing. I'm like, they didn't even tell me about that. I'm like, fine, you know what? As long as you get the one tube that says A1C on it, I'm happy. Let's just go get the blood, yo.
Right.
So I get in there, same girl, wraps me up, does her thing, gets the blood. She's a pro, dude. I didn't feel a thing. No prick.
Wow. And usually, like a flu shot, boom, done, no problem, no pain, nothing.
Right.
But usually, like getting a blood draw, there's some pain, there's some discomfort involved.
Yeah.
Like, you might feel a pinch.
Yeah. Or
no,
during like when they're pulling the needle out and they're pushing down, you feel like that
Yes.
metal needle rubbing on the top of your epidermis. Anyway, it didn't. None of that happened. It was all very comfortable and fine. This didn't cost me because blood tests of this sort are free with my plan. So you can just get a blood test, no big deal. So I'm feeling okay about that, especially because there's been like 4 of these now. So now today, about, they said around 11 to noon, I should hear whether or not I am the borderline diabetic they think I am, or if they mix me up with some 400-pound Scott Johnson somewhere in like West Valley. I don't know. I hate this, though. I cannot stand it, Brian. All weekend, it's all I've thought about is like, what if it isn't a mistake? What if I've just got some fluke thing going on? And then even the girl there, she's like, yeah, this would be weird because first of all, you don't have any of the genetics for it. And second of all, you don't look like somebody who's anywhere near diabetes from the sort of size standpoint, and you don't have any symptoms of diabetes. I think that this is erroneous, and that's why we're doing this. And I said, okay, that makes me feel a little better. But still, there's this little inkling in my head that, like, in the middle of the night, I wake up and go, I hear freaking Wilford Brimley in my ear going, diabetes. Diabetes.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Diabetes. Did she ask why there were meatballs floating in your blood?
No. I said, how's my blood? She says, a little chunky, but, you know, it's not too bad. We can strain it.
Dropped a peanut in your last batch.
Yeah, we can just strain it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Why is my iPad talking to me? My iPad's talking to me. I said strain
What's
it.
it saying?
I said strain it. I think it thought I said Siri. Dumbass.
Oh, it's telling me to burn things.
It just said, I'm sorry, I don't know where the thing is.
Diabetes.
Okay, great. Thanks, Wilford.
Wow. Jeez.
Anyway, well, yeah, type 1 is the slender folk one. That's different, though. The type 2 you get from, like, horrible life habits. But I don't think I have that going on.
Not taking care of yourself. Yeah.
Lemonade. You said you got the dry hip. Maybe it's diabetes.
The dry hip.
The dry hip. Yeah.
I'm sure if we dig deep enough on WebMD, we'll find the correlation between dry hip and diabetes.
Yeah. Very well could be. But anyway, we'll see. I don't know. Everyone cross your fingers that it is a mix-up and that.
You say it's dryabetes. That's the
dryabetes.
Dryabetes.
Oh,
yes.
That's pretty good, you guys. Nice job there.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, and type 1's usually diagnosed in childhood. But there's always offshoots. There's always outliers. I know there's always weird stuff. And so I'm prepared for whatever. The worst case is, it's the kind of thing you can reverse by suddenly just going all freaking greens and vegetables and no carbs for a while and no freaking anything bad. Just diet and exercise and go nuts. That's what I'll do, if that's what happens. So I don't know. Oh, listen to this. Dan Wally says, my marathon running brother has type 2. He says, I, a fat guy, am clean. So you never know. You could have some...
Just goes to show you. Yeah, exactly.
So you never know. All right. Brian, enough of that. Let's talk about how Beer Fest went. I've heard a little of this, but I'm hoping that you can give us a good picture of how Beer Fest went on the weekend.
Yeah, so it was a blast. We were there we went through the whole 4 hours. They basically were shutting the lights off on us as we were leaving. I have no idea how many beers we tried, but it was constant. It was like a constant, like go from one to another to another to another. And big shout out to Tom Sation, TMS listener who happened to be in town, was able to buy a ticket and join us. So he got to be there with me and Jeffrey and crazy neighbor Dave and Chris Brown.
Oh, Rihanna's ex-boyfriend, the one that punched her in the eye.
That's the one. Okay. By the way, he took me to test because on Friday when I was talking about Beer Fest, I mentioned going with Crazy Dave and a couple other folks. and
you and the rest, your other friends.
I and the rested him. He specifically said, I was and the rest. And he took me to task on that, even as we were talking about Gilligan's Island and the rest that week. So
wow.
Anyway, so 5 of us made our way through this place and tried so many beers. I tried one. I wish I could remember what it was. It was an IPA, and it was so hoppy. I took a little sip of it and tossed the rest of it out.
Oh, my Lord.
Like,
wow.
You get 1 ounce. If I can't even finish 1 ounce of your beer, then there's something wrong.
When you say hoppy, so it'd be like lots of wheat and foam and whatever. Like
not necessarily like a thick head on it. It was just had a very hoppy flavor, like that some beers have they revel in the fact that they have a lot of hops. Samuel Adams, I think, talks about, we've got a lot of hops in our beer.
Oh.
Yeah, if it's bitter, if it's a bitterness that I just don't dig.
Yeah, I get you. I don't like bitter things either. I've never had a beer, so I don't even know what a bitter beer tastes like.
Right, exactly.
Like
So wouldn't have anything to compare it to.
Sure.
But all the rest of them had a great time. We there was one in honor of the, I guess it would be the 25th anniversary of Throwing Copper. There was a Throwing Copper ale that one brewery that apparently has ties to the band Live was promoting, and I tried some of it. It was very good.
Is it called Lightning Crashes, and when you drink it, an old mother dies?
No, and I made this joke before with you, but I'm going to do it again here. I tried and I said, I alone like this, I alone. It's not the end.
It's better than that Shittown song. That'd get you in trouble.
Way better than the Shittown song. Anyway, it was good. It was a very tasty beer. Colder the better, as far as I'm concerned. And they have these pitchers on the table, and they keep going back to refill them from the cold kegs behind them. I want the one you refilled the most recently that's still ice cold.
Nice. Yeah, that's the one you want. Did Dave do anything crazy? Because he's a crazy neighbor. Did he do anything?
No, I was really bummed. Well, I take that back. So a few of the aisles. So each aisle is organized by regions. So you walk in. We made a beeline for the Northeast. Number one, because it was the furthest away from the entrance, which means starting out there would be the least busy, and it's not Colorado. We skip the whole Colorado area because we can get Colorado beers anytime we want, right?
Yeah.
So shot all the way out to the Northeast. Well, they did the medal ceremony the morning of, so people knew which beers or which breweries had won gold medals for their beer, and those would have long lines in front of them.
Oh, interesting. So they do the voting before, or the
they do. Yeah, it's right. The whole Beer Fest thing kind of centers around this awards ceremony, which takes place either Friday night or Saturday morning. And it might be Saturday morning before the member session. So people are like, oh, this beer right here got the gold medal. Let's go get that one. And because of that, these lines get to be 15, 20 people deep, and people will kind of stay there and they'll try all 5 beers and slowly enjoy them. And it's like these lines kind of pile up behind them. Crazy Neighbor Dave has figured out that if you go to the brewery table right next to theirs, because they're all adjacent, it's like one big long trade show line. If you go to the brewery right next to it and get the beer that's closest to the to the shared border and drink that one, then you can just kind of slide over a little bit and get the beer that everyone's lining up for.
Oh, interesting. Of course he did. This is what you guys do. You guys are great at this.
Exactly. Yeah. So we had a couple of those. We also did that with some ramen. We didn't even intentionally do it. There was a place that was giving out samples of ramen.
Ooh, that sounds like I want to go to Ramen Fest. That's what I want.
I know. It was really, really good. Yeah. And didn't even see that there was a line. We got chatting with the woman who was working on the corner behind the corner of this little booth, and saying, oh, that smells awesome. She's like, yeah, it's a natural ramen, blah, blah, blah. Dave's Good Ramen or something was what it's called. Or Mike's Good Ramen or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, here. And she, grabs a couple of the containers and puts them up there for us. We're like, oh, that's cool. And we start eating it as we're doing it.
Yeah.
We walk by this whole line of people all staring at us like we just intentionally cut in line. We didn't. But
wow. That's fantastic. Hacking the system is what you're doing.
Totally hacking the system, but it was good.
Yeah.
I was absolutely useless for the whole rest of the day.
Yeah.
as always.
Yeah.
But felt fun Sunday morning.
I was going to say, you were pretty bushy-tailed on Sunday. I didn't seem to be too affected by it. But,
yeah, a little ragged, you know. I think I called Matthew McConaughey Michael McConaughey.
Yeah, Michael McConaughey. This
good old Michael McConaughey.
His brother, who was apparently just killing it. We just didn't know his name. Michael McConaughey.
That's
Catch
right.
him.
Michael McConaughey's favorite slogan, by the way, is "Okay, okay, okay."
Nicely done. That's pretty good.
Thank you. But anyway, it was a good time, and you know, hey, if you want to go next year, we're doing it again.
Yeah, you've gone every year I've known you or so.
Yeah,
or maybe.
Yeah, Dave's been. This was his 26th year, I think.
Oh my god!
So he has been, I think, almost every year since they started doing it.
Okay, that explains a lot. Every year.
Certainly every year since they moved here, which was 1996 or 1997 or something.
Yeah,
so
that explains a lot about Dave. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it should. Yes.
Good Lord. All right. Well, hey, we're gonna have some fun here with the audience. Hey, we're gonna expand things a little bit. In fact, today I want to do it this way. We'll just see. Oh, you know, can I even do that though? Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll work. I was gonna bring people on the Discord, but I just realized, because I have you on the Discord, I can't pull people into this call.
Right, not without them being a friend or something.
Yeah, that doesn't work at all. All right, well, we'll keep using the phone number today. It's fine. 801-471-0462. That's what you're going to call right after this. Time for us to play a little game. We like to play it on Wednesdays and Mondays. I don't know why I said Wednesdays first, but hey, whatever. Today's Monday, and we do it with our good friend and pal, all the way from South Carolina, Mr. Brian Dunaway. Hello.
Oh, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hi.
And hello, pal.
Hi, and pal. It's nice to see you. How are you? I hope you're well.
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
I'm doing so good. Yeah, I had a great weekend. Got to hang out with my buddies and talk about a crappy movie from the 80s. What more could I ask for?
Honestly, what else could you ask for? Seriously, that was a really good time. We had a lot of fun with that one, and I hope
I can tell you what I could ask for.
What?
How about more clarification on some of these homemade-looking signs around our uptown area where I work at?
Yeah.
I go on a walk on the daily, and sometimes I'll walk before the sun really comes up. And, there's some signs. Okay, first of all, I got Halloween decorations everywhere. I'm going to show my ignorance here. And somebody's put up a small sign that says Dwarfism Awareness Month right in front of a bush, and I'm like, okay, my ignorant self says I've been watching too much Leprechaun.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, why is there not no address or anything? You just assume that I have Google skills. I'm gonna go look up dwarfism awareness, and I started thinking about all that, and I'm like, am I a bad person?
Also, how low are the signs? How low are the signs? Are they super low? Are they like really?
They're super low. That's the thing. They're super low to the ground, right in front of a bush, and we got all these Halloween decorations. And I'm like, it's just, why?
Yeah.
Why now? Knowing good and well that I'm watching like the 10 movie Leprechaun disc set that I purchased.
Are you really watching that?
I don't need that.
You're really gonna watch that whole thing? That's a lot of Leprechaun movies. Skip the one we did. That was a bad one. That was no good.
Right. So anyway, I just want to bring
it?
awareness to the dwarfism. Do look it up. I know I josh, but it's interesting. Like I said, it just struck me. It just hit me sideways. I was
all
like,
right,
what?
that's all right. It hit you sideways, but slightly lower, maybe in the shins.
Right. I was like, is this a joke or is this a real thing?
Yeah.
But you know what helps your sign? Don't make it look like you went down to Kinko's and made a sign that just has no, reference to anything else.
Right.
No,
exactly. Just so all it said was Dwarfism Awareness Month. That's
it. No address for further research. No phone number to call.
Should have had one of those little dudes flipping a sign around on the corner of the street. That's what they should have done.
Or put a QR code on there so it can.
That's what I'm thinking. Just to give me a little more. So now I'm aware.
All right. Well, I can tell you who else is aware.
I guess the sign worked.
Yeah, the sign worked.
It did.
Now you are hyper aware of Dwarf Awareness Time, month, day, week.
That's right.
Whatever it is. Hey, we're going to take a call real quick. We got someone who's been waiting very patiently on the line. Hi, good morning. Who's this? Hello.
Hi, this is Sam in Phoenix.
Oh, Sam in Phoenix. Hello, Sam in Phoenix. How's Phoenix today? Probably nice and warm and toasty. Not cold at all, right?
It's actually rather beautiful outside. And it's Tim, by the way.
Oh, Tim. Sorry, I thought I heard Sam.
Tim and
Well, that's awesome. I always think of, I start thinking about Phoenix this time of year. It's like a really nice time to visit. October's a beautiful month in Phoenix if you ever want to go there.
Yeah, it's the one month where it's tolerable.
Yeah. Yeah. For a lot of the year, you just die there. But as Tim knows, he's one of the special ones. He's mutated through it. He's fine. Well, Tim, it's good to have you here. Brian's going to explain these rules to you and how you could win and what you could win. Brian, take it away.
That is exactly right. I'm going to be giving Scott and Brian Dunaway a topic. They're going to go back and forth giving me answers for that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, repeated answer, or they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Tim, not Sam. Your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you are playing for a pair of CDs courtesy of Dizzy Box 9 and Trend Selva. Brand new music coming out from two bands we've featured right here on Indie in the Middle on TMS, and a copy of Swords and Soldiers 2 Schwarmageddon, courtesy of Wesley. So I don't know how good that game is. Maybe Scott, Brian, either of you play Swords and Soldiers 2?
No.
No, I want to.
Did you say Schwarmageddon or Swarmageddon?
Schwarmageddon.
Okay, like the food, like the fancy, like the good Middle
Yes,
Eastern
like the
sandwich
thing
food.
that the thing that the Avengers love to eat.
At the end of Avengers.
At the end of the first movie.
Yeah,
Correct.
the first good movie, not that terrible second one. Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
yes, exactly.
That's fantastic. Well, what's our topic then? I can't imagine it's too
our
hard.
Our topic today, it's shawarma. No, our topic today comes to us from Andrew Bailey. The longest running primetime scripted television series by number of episodes. So,
oh, wow.
Again, primetime scripted television series by number of episodes.
So that means no
Not
reality
by how many
shows.
years they were on.
Right.
Although they're probably pretty closely tied to that.
Yeah. But no matter how scripted sometimes they seem, no reality shows, right? None of that. Like we can't
that's
say
unscripted.
Yeah, Survivor, for example, is not on this list because even though a lot of it's sort of scripted, it's not scripted. People aren't reading lines.
It's edited in a way to make you think things are going on that aren't going on, but is not. Well, the only scripted part is Jeff Probst going, "Come on in, guys."
Yep, that's it. He's
Want
back.
to see what you're playing for?
Yeah, totally.
He's scripted. He's a robot.
He is a robot. He's an android. Awesome. Okay, I think I can do good at this.
All right.
I feel good about it.
Okay, so Tim, knowing that is the topic, who do you think is going to take this, and who do you want to go first?
Tim, are you there?
Tim.
We lost Tim. Tim?
Sorry, no, I'm here. It's just I was having trouble hearing Brian, so I had to turn it up on the screen.
Oh, you know what? I know what that is. I know what that is. Hold on a second. That's so lame. That's on my end. I apologize. Let me fix that real fast here. Okay. That should be... Brian, say something.
I'm going to say something right now. Tim, can you hear me?
Can you hear him now?
Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Oh, way better. Go, Tim. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. How long have you been sitting there?
Tim, I feel bad. I screwed that up. That was totally me. So here's the deal. If either of the Brians hear any crunchy, just let me know. I can reset it each time we hear it. But I thought I had a way to eliminate the crunch, and then you could still hear people, but clearly that didn't work. I apologize. All right. Sorry. So who do you think should win, and who should go first?
We'll do Scott to win and Brian to go first.
Yeah!
Okay.
All right.
I like the sound of that action. All right, Ibbott, give it to us. Oh, I guess.
By the way, we're doing the top 40. The top 40 shows with the longest.
Well, you gotta say it like Casey Kasem if you're gonna say top 40.
We're going with the top 40.
Great.
I'm Brian Ibbott.
Yeah, you didn't give me
Keep
the
reaching
effing
for
line.
the stars and standing in the litter box.
That guy. What a national
And just to
treasure.
give you kind of an idea, the 41st television show on this list has 262 episodes. So if you go higher than that, then
lower than that.
Higher than that. Higher than 262 episodes.
Yeah, because the most episodes we're looking for, not the least.
That's right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Did I win yet?
No, but you haven't lost yet, that's the important thing. Let's
Excellent.
half full this.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got to say longest prime time. So we said prime time scripted television.
Yes.
Gotta be The Simpsons, right? They gotta be up there.
Number one, of course, on the list. Yeah, 30 seasons. It started in December 1989. They've aired 662 episodes of The Simpsons.
All right. We still have more episodes of TMS, and they're 3 times as long. Think of that.
Wow,
Think
no
of
kidding.
that.
Well, maybe if you'd animate TMS.
We don't make Simpsons money,
point.
I can tell you that. All right. Gunsmoke is up there somewhere.
Gunsmoke is number 2, 635 episodes, 20 seasons. 1955 is when that first aired.
And by the way, just in case there's any confusion.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know the answer to that. Never mind. That'll give something away to Dunaway. Never mind.
Okay. All right.
We're good. Go ahead, Dunaway.
Another one that's been around forever. I know they took a break, but they still have tons of episodes. Is Family Guy.
Very good. 329 episodes, putting it number 21 on the list. 17 seasons. 1999 is when that first appeared. Lois.
Yeah, I always hesitate with that one because of the cancellation period, and I don't remember how long it was. But
right,
you're
the
right.
gap.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually as long as you think. But yeah.
No, it's probably like a year or 2 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
That's so weird. Canceled and then come back for that long. It's crazy.
Canceled.
Okay, we're gonna go.
Cancel Lois.
Brian's doing all the animation.
That's right.
Let's go with. Oh man, why am I hitting a wall here? Hold on.
One and done.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Oh, Law and Order. Duh. Law and Order.
Oh yeah.
Law and Order, number 6 on the list, 456 episodes. Premiered in September 1990.
Nice. Consistently good. Well, it ended
right,
and the other one still goes, but the spinoffs, or the one spinoff, but the original ended. But while it was on, I never not liked it. It was always good. It's a great show.
So I'm gonna go with all right. So we didn't really talk about this. Okay, so this is not considered the same one, right? So if I say Law and Order Special Victims Unit,
that would be a different program.
Okay, all right.
Spectral,
but it's not a different franchise, so that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, Spectral Victims Unit.
Yeah, why are you? Why do you always make me nervous?
Oh God. 458 episodes, Law and Order Special Victims Unit.
Law and Order.
Law and Order, 2 episodes longer than Law and Order.
Wow, it just beat it by 2. That's crazy.
And it's still going, right?
It's still going, yeah. Premiered in 1999 as well.
Thing is old. All right. That would put us now into the territory of... length of episode doesn't matter, right? We're not caring about that.
Number of minutes. No, we're not doing number of minutes. Oh my God, no.
No.
No, definitely not. No, just number of episodes.
All right. Well, Friends had at least 200 and whatever.
Oh.
Friends?
Yeah, there's no way.
Friends.
That was scripted.
24 times 9. Let's see. That's pretty light.
Friends, you say?
Oh, it's got to be on there.
That's pretty light.
236 episodes, putting it under the top 40.
Really?
Oh.
I figured anything in 10 years would do it. Like, it's probably Cheers.
Not
Better answer.
even on the first page.
9 years, 24 episodes per season with a couple of doubles. Yeah.
I thought it was 10 seasons. Was it not
10
10
seasons? 10 seasons? You're right. It was 10 seasons.
But still, 23 episodes a season, 230.
Freaking math. Math is hard. For some reason, I thought there would have been... Yeah, like chat rooms like saying Bones. That would have been a better one. Or even Cheers probably would have beat it.
I had another one.
Cheers is on there. Yeah, what was the other one you were going to do?
Oh, I had Grey's Anatomy. I know they just recently was talking about it on TV. They were all like, longest running medical drama and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So is that...
Yep. Grey's Anatomy, number 17, 342 episodes.
Is ER on there also?
ER is on there. 331 episodes, put at number 20.
Why did I pick Friends? Once again,
so here's the rest of the ones on the list really quickly. Lassie, Kraft Television Theater, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, Bonanza, My Three Sons, NCIS, Armstrong Circle Theater, Dallas, The Big Story, Schlitz Playhouse of Stars, Knots Landing, The Danny Thomas Show, Grey's Anatomy, CSI, ER, Family Guy, Criminal Minds, Supernatural, Beverly Hills 90210, Burns and Allen, Wagon Train, Big Bang Theory, Hawaii Five-0, American Dad, Yeah, and that's just the original Hawaii Five-0, by the way, not the 2010 reboot of Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah, I thought about that one.
Dragnet, Cheers, Donna Reed, Beverly Hillbillies, Perry Mason, Fireside Theater, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Murder, She Wrote, and Frasier.
Frasier! Gosh,
Hard.
dang it!
Yeah, Frasier's a good one. It is hard to believe that the Beverly Hillbillies had more episodes than Friends. That is just blows my mind.
Oh, wow, yeah. I hadn't really considered that. All right. Is American Dad on there, you said?
American
Yeah.
Dad is on there.
The chat room is shocked, and so am I. That's banana time to me.
No, because they just, it's actually, it started up about
15
the same
seasons.
time. Yeah, about the same time Family Guy started.
I
his
never
sitcom.
would have believed that American Dad had 15 seasons.
Yeah, that's shocking to me.
Yeah.
Seriously, I thought, well, okay, so how much? Well, we'd have to look it up. How long did Cleveland show run? Because I felt like that was long.
No, not nearly. That was like 5 or 6 seasons.
Yeah.
No,
Major Spoiler says what?
You're right.
No Sesame Street? Sesame Street's not a prime time
and
scripted.
it is now though, right? Don't they
With
run
the
that on the
HBO
HBO?
thing, is that considered primetime scripted? I don't know.
It's not prime time.
I mean,
don't
it's
think.
definitely scripted.
It's not. Definitely not. It's definitely
not a reality
it's
show.
It's not scripted. All that is actually happening in real time down on Sesame Street.
Muppets are real.
That's
By
right.
the way, Cleveland Show lasted from 2009 to 2013, and for my money,
Yeah.
it was
Four
my favorite of the McFarlane things. I know
It
I'm in the
was.
minority, but
Really?
I love the Cleveland Show. I really did. It had heart in a way that the others don't, and it also played to this.
It wasn't mean spirited like a lot of the Seth stuff can be on the animated side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it played to that like Apartment 227, you know, like an old. Hey, guess what? Black people in sitcoms. That's a thing in the 70s and 80s. It played to that, and for some reason that really worked for me. I don't know why. I really liked the Cleveland Show. I thought it was nice. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
You did say King of the Hill was in there, right?
Tim took off forever ago. By the way, he's not here anymore. He left.
13 seasons.
Yeah, he blew out of town as soon as I lost. He was gone.
Don't see King of the Hill's not in the top 40. But I'm
Interesting.
No,
sure
King of
it's
the Hill
pretty
only had
close, though.
7 seasons, I think.
No, it was 13 seasons, Scott.
Shut
and
up.
Most of them were full seasons except for I believe
259 episodes. That would have put it really close to like Murphy Brown is
Yeah.
the lowest one on my list with 260 episodes. So
Oh, you're
Murphy
right.
Brown is slumming it.
Yeah,
King
you're
of the
right.
Hill right behind that.
You're right. That went longer than I thought it did. We watch that now on the regular. We love King of the Hill. Oh my gosh, so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Well, all right then. We've done it. Well done. We lost our caller because he was so disappointed in my loss. He just took off. He literally just hung up. He probably had some other thing come up or his phone did something.
Right, I'm sure. Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, sorry about that, Tim. Better luck next time. Usually I'm a safe bet. What can I say? Today it just wasn't my day.
I know. Yeah.
Dunaway is, of course, part of the Boop Show, although we're on an off week this week, so it'll be next week that you'll get that show. But next Monday, tune in because there's lots to talk about. I finally cracked open this weekend the brand new Ghost Recon. What's it called?
Oh yes.
What's the new one called? Not Bullet Point.
Yeah, I just call it the new Ghost Recon.
The new
I don't even
Ghost,
remember
the
the name
follow up
of
to Firelands, which was one of my not Firelands.
Is it really Firelands?
Wildlands. Sorry, not Firelands.
okay.
You know where you killed Ragnaros again. Breakpoint. That's it. Super rad so far. I'm way into it. And we'll talk about that and a whole bunch more stuff next week because that's what we do on the Boop Show. Brian Dunaway, anything else you want to mention before we go?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to be trying to scare myself tonight, playing some of that Blair Witch on the Xbox Game Pass. We're going to see how that works out.
Yeah, let me know how that goes because that's a good service. It turns out,
Mm-hmm.
worthy of your time.
Are
your
you
money.
going to play the Blair Witch? Are you scared of the Blair Witch?
I have the Blair Witch as a donation from a fan, so I am obligated to play the Blair Witch on stream. I just haven't started it yet, but I will. That's fairly new. That's
Blair
like
Witch.
Yeah, the Blair Witch.
The Blair Witch.
The Blair Witch.
That thing came out in August
It's last year, right?
No, it's this year.
Oh,
It's
August.
new.
This
Yeah,
year.
super new. So that's the nice thing about the Game Pass is sometimes you get just like straight up new ass games on there that aren't Microsoft games. It's great.
Look at this new ass game.
Yeah. So anyway, watch for that. That'll be fun. Brian Dunaway, the Brian Dunaway on Twitter. Take it easy, have fun, and kiss our butts. Goodbye.
Thank you, fellers.
Oh my lord, I feel stupid for losing that. I feel like I should have known better on a few of those.
You know what? That seemed like a valid. It seemed like it would have been close, right? I mean, 200. Probably what 36? I think we said 236
Something like
episodes
that.
for Friends.
Yeah.
So.
bums me out.
It's all right. It's okay.
We'll be okay.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive sensational summary of world and local events.
It's the news, and it's brought to you by
America's Next Top Podcaster. Brand new episode just went up on the feed this morning. It is the judging and elimination episode for Point Counterpoint Week. Big thanks again to Mark and Hal from We Got This with Mark and Hal for coaching our winning team last week on creating a Point Counterpoint podcast. Did it help? Did it get them the win? Oh, you'll just have to find out. You'll just have to listen and find out for yourself. America's Next Top Podcaster.com.
This is going to be interesting tonight for reasons.
It is an unscripted reality show.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yeah, it will be interesting.
Yes. Interesting tonight because of no jury.
No, that, but also you've got a guest on who it'll just change the dynamic. You know what I mean? Like it'll just feel different because we'll all be excited about this idea. And hopefully he seems pretty game, right? He's cool.
He's totally game. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I just watched him get a sledgehammer in the face on one of the shows that he is on the show that he is currently on.
Oh. Good Lord.
As a star.
Okay.
Yes.
A sledgehammer to the face? Wait.
Got a sledgehammer to the face.
Is it in West? Is it in?
Nope.
Okay.
Not in Westworld.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Well,
he's on another show that actually aired an episode last week. I don't know what night it airs. Tuesday? Monday?
Yeah.
Wednesday? I don't know.
That was his last episode, I assume, because he got hit in the face with a sledgehammer?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no. No. He's apparently coming back.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Now I'm really concerned.
Sledgehammer to the face.
Right to the face. All right. A couple quick stories, and then we'll get Steven all up in it. How about this one? A naked man was spotted doing lunges on a bridge across from the busy Burton Road.
Lunges.
Yeah, lunges.
That's that's if you're naked,
bad
you
naked.
do the lunges, and there's no doubt that you're naked.
Yeah, that's bad naked, Jerry Seinfeld would say. Ugly naked or whatever.
It's bad naked.
Yeah.
There's good naked and there's bad naked, George.
This is definitely bad naked. Burtonians, this is in the UK, waiting for a bus were left in shock as a naked man was spotted doing lunges on a bridge across from a busy road. Motorists and residents couldn't believe their eyes when they spotted the man on the footbridge, which crosses the St. Peter's Bridge in Stapenhill, doing his workout completely nude.
Huh.
How lewd.
Right. Well, you got to air it out.
Sometimes you do, dude. Sometimes
you got to kind of air out your junk. I mean,
let that air in. That's right.
Probably would be a better world for us if we just kept our junk aired out.
The incident happened in broad daylight, and one incident who was waiting for a bus near the bridge said it was the most bizarre thing they had ever seen. A 30-year-old witness who did not wish to be named says, "I don't know what to think. It was the most bizarre thing I'd ever seen. He was there for a good couple of minutes just doing squats and lunges on the bridge. There were lots of people looking on in complete shock, including a couple of double-decker buses full of people. I don't think, I think people should know because they might want to stay away from Stapenhill Gardens in case they run into him. I don't know where he is or what he does now because I got on the bus. I still can't believe what I saw."
Are these on the street interviews or are these like the next door discussion?
That's a great question. They don't specify, but you're right.
Yelp reviews for a naked lunging man.
Yeah, 2 stars, would not go again, they say.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one. Okay. I feel like I'm on the side of this teacher, and he shouldn't get heat for this. But he says, well, let's see how this goes. High school teacher tells his class that a Confederate flag means, quote, "you intend to marry your sister." Dude is in Georgia, has been placed on administrative leave after allegedly posting. Ever tell you about the time I was a teacher? Anyway, posted this message on the to the classroom or in her classroom saying the Confederate flag symbolizes one's intent to marry your sister. The controversial message offended one Hephzibah High School student. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hephzibah, yes. Where do you go, Hephzibah High? Oh, I'm so sorry. Hephzibah. Who told her mom the teacher put a photo of the Confederate flag on the board, saying a sticker you put on the back of your pickup truck to announce that you intend to marry your sister. Think of it as white trash. Save the date card. Man, this teacher's hardcore. Melissa Fuller told CBS affiliate that her daughter found it offensive and asked her mom what she thought. Fuller decided to post the incident on Facebook, where fellow parents and members of the community started discussing it. There was a lot of discussion that it's not morally correct. It's unethical. It's just something you don't want to discuss in today's world, and especially inside a classroom. I don't know. I spent enough time.
It's inappropriate.
It is. What the teacher did is inappropriate, no question.
Yes.
But people
Is
who
it
worship,
funny?
people
It's
who
kinda
worship,
funny.
it is very funny. But people who worship that effing flag can go bite me too, for what it represents. Okay, I get it.
What
You're
if
in the
they really
South.
like the Dukes of Hazzard?
I mean, what if they do? Then they're forced to like the Alien episode, which is the greatest thing the Dukes of Hazzard ever did.
It is the great. Well, it's the only episode. It's the best episode of Dukes of Hazzard I've ever seen.
Yep. Let's see. Fuller said her daughter. Go ahead.
Yeah, the fact that he decided to do this, or he or she, I don't. Do they say it's a he or she? The teacher decided to do this in Georgia is pretty freaking bold, though.
Oh yeah.
Because.
Oh yeah, no, they love that flag down there. Some of them are into it.
Yeah.
You know, like I've got I mean, I kind of have a problem with flags in general, and this is going to sound weird, but we did a garage cleaning on Saturday, and we have a very old, kind of fallen apart just from age American flag that we would put out on the 4th. We still do, but it's just kind of seen better days. And we're like, oh, we probably ought to get a new one of those. We need to get rid of that. And then it hit me. Oh, we got to go through all that stuff you got to do to all that ceremony to get rid of a flag. Yeah, but don't you have to like fold it in a certain way and like put it in the fire and then salute the damn thing or something weird? Like,
I think you just still can't let it touch the ground. But I don't think you only do the folding for the flag that you're taking down and putting back up every day.
Yeah. I mean, we could give it to a Boy Scout, but they kind of like the Scouts are not a big deal around here anymore. We used to be huge, and then like the LDS Church dropped them as an organization.
I've never heard that. Give it to the Boy Scouts?
Yeah, because the Boy Scouts do like a full ceremony. They'll like when I was in Scouts
really?
when I was a kid. Yeah, we did this all the time. You retire a flag. You can either cut them or no. The way it worked is you folded it a certain way. You did like
hold on a second. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now. To dispose of a damaged American flag, lower and fold the flag into its traditional triangle fold.
Right.
Respectfully place the flag in the center of a fire.
Yep.
Which let's start right there. Respectfully place the flag in the center of a fire. So are you in the center of a fire? You're not doing anything slowly and respectfully, right? Like
right. I just find it. Here's why I don't like it. I find it almost religious in its method. I think that you can be very respectful of a flag and not have to go through the rigmarole. Like, I don't know. Again, whenever people start getting way too worshipy about objects, I start to get frustrated, and I don't care where you're from or what flag it is. It's a kind of it's not nationalism. Sometimes it's just patriotic pride. But taste just a little. You get a little flavor. You know the beer. You know the beer with too much hops in it. It's like a little bit of too much of the nationalism flavor in it.
Sure. No, I agree. It is I mean, there's not too many things in this world that we in this country that we have that much of a method or a what is the practice called? I mean, not a practice, but like something what's it called? A routine or a
ritual.
A ritual. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
A ritual of.
Sure.
So I mean, I'm fine with having this one thing that there's kind of a ritual of. I don't mind it. But it is an extensive, like you place the flag in the center of the fire, allowed to completely burn while you observe a moment of silence, salute, or recite the Pledge of Allegiance. But if you can't burn the flag, you can bury it. And I guess you just do those same kind of things.
Yeah, you do the similar thing. There was one where you could cut it up when I was in Scouts, and I don't remember how it worked, but you had to put it into the shape that you mentioned, the triangle traditional shape.
The triangle.
And then you could cut it into pieces and then burn it.
Wait, so you fold it and then cut it? Like, do you make a little angel gingerbread man?
A bunch of snowflakes. It's the first day right there. Whee! Yeah, I didn't do any of that. I just find that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's when people like that argument about whether people should burn flags or not. they're not really arguing whether they should burn flags. The way to retire one is to burn it. It's the attitude in which you're burning it. Now, do I want to go hang out with a dude that's like all into burning American flags? Probably not, because he's probably a dick. Mm-hmm. But I also fully think he should have the right to, because it's a piece of fabric and he has a statement to make. So make it. See ya. Just don't set any other shit on fire. I don't, that whole argument, I don't understand why that's such a big deal. I'd never burn a flag because I don't have a reason to. I don't need to. What would I do that for?
Well, if it's damage, then that's what you do.
Right. But it's also protected speech.
It is weird.
So go ahead and if that's
right. Yes, there's the other reason to burn the.
If you're going to burn the flag, you're going to burn an effigy of Trump, or you're going to go, I don't know, whoever you hate, you're going to go make a big stink about it. Go ahead. That's part of what the flag stands for. Literally, the thing that says you should be thrown in jail for burning is the thing that is symbolizing your right to burn it. So burn it.
Right, exactly. The thing that protects you.
Anyway, I do like a good tattered up flag, though. You know what I mean? Like just a ratty looking, been there forever, somehow still makes it through the day kind of looking flag. It doesn't have to be an American.
There was the
flag.
one that they flew after 9/11 that kind of symbolized, like it was a tattered flag that kind of symbolized, our flag was still there after all that.
Yeah.
That was an emotional thing to see, is the tattered flag still flying, and I think that was a really cool thing. But
those few days.
But if I drive by the car dealership and they've got a really tattered old crumbly flag on there, I'm not going to be that impressed. I'm going to say, no, burn that, get a new one.
Get a new one. Probably don't need that at the bank or something. I don't know. Maybe it's because I like apocalyptic vision stuff, and maybe that's why I like a tattered flag.
Sure.
I don't know. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we got Steven Schleicher all up in our business to talk about New York City Comic-Con.
It's a good place for him.
He has this controversial statement. He said in an email, he says he thinks Comic-Cons are doing it wrong. Ooh.
What? I can't wait to find out what he means by that.
Yep. Controversy follows us wherever we go. And then we'll get the Trek nerd in here, talk about that new Picard trailer and Cooking with Riker. That'll be fun.
That's right.
So come around to that in a minute. Before that, though, Brian will give us a break with a song. What do you got?
Right. Let's go to New England for some power pop. 4-piece band called Donaher, Donaher, released their brand new single. It's called Before Anyone Else. They are going on tour starting October 24th. All through the Northeast. They're going to be in Brooklyn, Trenton, Philadelphia, Manchester, Providence. Go check them out. The band is called Donaher, Power Pop Quartet. Here's their song, Before Anyone Else.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Here it is. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
He is the master of the Twitterverse, nailing it.
You, your friends, and your Johnson.
Do dogs have brains? Because I'd seriously wanted to know. This is the Morning Stream.
You and your Johnson. You and your Johnson. You and your Johnson.
It's like one of those creepy 80s songs where they just have like a dude repeating 1919.
Right. And then 19. You and your Johnson.
You and your Johnson. You and your Johnson. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Time to Schleicher it up. Sounds like drinking, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Pull out a nice frosty glass of Schleicher.
Lots of hops in that Schleicher. Woo-ha! All right. We're bringing him in, and we're going to play a little themazoid here, which goes like this. Those harmonious tones can only mean one thing. Steven Schleicher is here, and he's here to talk to us. How are you, Steven?
I am good. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Brian, for having me here this morning.
Yeah, of course. Hey, you were out of town for a while. Where'd you go? Was something cool, or what happened there?
Soccer tournaments.
Oh, right. Right. How'd the boy do?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, first place.
Oh, really? Well done. Is it because of your prowess as a father and coach? Is that why he won?
No, he's just really good.
I have to go capture out that laugh you just did. That was really good.
No, I was telling Brian, it gets kind of crazy this time of year because I've got soccer and karate and cross country all going on in the evening. So I'm just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And then the weekends, next weekend is the last weekend that were super busy.
I could never get my kids super jazzed about sports. How did you do it? Because I just could not get them to care about it.
I don't know. When it's your kid playing it, you care.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. I'm saying, how do you get the kids to care? Because mine they had no interest in playing.
Threats?
I mean, I tried. They all had, here's Nick had a basketball team for a while. He hated it, so he quit doing it. Carter did. And, they all played soccer for a hot second, and that was it. And there's tons of that around here. Like, we're a big state on, like, soccer moms and football. And, there's hockey teams. There's all kinds of stuff here. And my kids just never got into it. So did they just naturally glom onto it, or did you have to push them?
No, it's subtle suggestions. Like for my oldest, Mason, who's now almost 13. Maybe he is 13. We started him when he was like 6 years old, maybe a little bit younger, with this little pee-wee soccer that the area rec commission does. And so he just started doing it and found out he was really good. And we kind of encouraged him and told him, that there are people actually can make a living playing soccer. And so that's what he wants to do when he grows up.
Yeah.
And then the youngest, we got him into karate because I just said, you may not like team sports. He hated soccer when we tried to get him into that. And I said, you may not like team sports, but karate's pretty cool. You liked watching the Karate Kid movie and TV series with me, right? And he's like, yeah. And he says, I don't want to do it. And then one of his friends said that he had done karate. And then so instantly he wanted to be part of karate. So,
okay. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. It's a social thing. It's going to glue them together.
Yeah.
People in the chat room are like, well, Scott, it's because you don't like sports. And I like sports. And I played baseball and soccer for years as a kid. Like, I was into it. I wasn't like, oh, I hope my kids don't do sports because it's boring or whatever. I wanted them to. They just didn't. And I didn't, I'm not a dick. I didn't go, all right, you little bastard, you're going to get out there and play whether you like it or not.
Got to. Get out. Yeah. No, we didn't. Tristan wasn't into it either. We tried. He did taekwondo for a little while. He did soccer for a little while, and he basically did it long enough to where we could say, all right, well, you gave it a try. If it doesn't grab you, it doesn't grab you, and we'll move on.
Yeah. And then for cross country for Mason, he there's only one sport you can go out for when you're a 7th grader in the fall, and that's cross country, because we're not going to allow him to do football.
Yeah.
And first he was the one that wanted to do that. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know if soccer and cross country is going to be, in your best interest, but he wanted to do it, and he's really good. So there's a good chance he's going to go to the league finals on Saturday.
Oh, it's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah.
Thanks. His knees will thank you when they're having surgery in about 20 years. He'll
I know, right? If not sooner.
Yeah, soccer knees are the worst.
Get pretty aggressive at soccer, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad to have you here. We are also on the tail end, and I know you were kind of gone for all of this, but we're on the tail end of the New York City Comic-Con, which, by the way, seemed this year to be mostly about really excellent cosplay more than ever. I don't know why, but everything I saw was about, man, there's next level stuff happening at NYCC. And I was impressed by a lot of that stuff. But you've got a notion that maybe Comic-Cons aren't doing it right, or maybe you have a suggestion how they could do it right. Is in quotes. The word "right" is a
right.
Embattled word.
Right. So it's not that the Comic-Con is doing anything wrong. It's that the people's reason for wanting to go to a comic convention might be wrong, depending on what they're doing. And the reason I say this, before everybody gets all up in arms, because I know people are furiously typing, "Dare Stammer's like, oh fuck," or something. But I'm sorry.
Wow. If you would have told me that one of our guests was going to drop an F-bomb this week, I probably would have named 4 people before I got to see
totally. Don't worry, though. It's easy. It's totally easy. I marked it. We're good. We'll get it in the post.
But I think, and this comes from the fact that we get so much press releases, and that's what I'm doing this morning, is going through all the press releases and announcements from the publishers, that there are groups of people that want to go to a Comic-Con simply to sit on a panel because they want to hear the new creators and the new titles that are coming out. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's a whole lot of money spent just going to a con to have a company get up and essentially read their press release to you, not answer any questions related directly to the product that they're announcing, and then sending you on your way to another publisher's panel.
Yeah.
So that's why I think where people are doing Comic-Cons wrong. A couple of things that people are doing Comic-Cons right, some things that you could do, is go to meet creators.
Okay.
Go and meet writers and artists. That's really the important part, I think, of any comic convention. That ability to go and shake someone's hand and say, I like your work, I appreciate what you're doing. you are an inspiration to me, or I just love this storyline or whatever. I think that's so much more important. And I've started to really hold on to that a lot more since we lost Stan Lee. And I've come to the realization is I'm never going to get to meet Stan Lee. And so we're getting creators who are getting older. And if you want to go and meet a Neil Adams or an Adam Kubert or whoever, go out there and meet them now.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that people could do to do a convention right. Scott, you already mentioned cosplay.
Yeah.
Man, there are some fantastic cosplayers out there.
Yeah. It's impressive. Like there's stuff I've seen in photos where I was just like, are you kidding me? That is the best Lex Luthor in his like mech suit I've ever seen.
Yeah, and if movie producers aren't looking at Comic-Cons to recruit potential costume designers, then they're doing it wrong. They need to really be looking at those people because they do some amazing stuff.
Her name is Riddle, if you follow her on Twitter or on Instagram. She's a fantastic cosplayer, and I believe she actually works in the costuming and props area for a lot of the films that are shot in Atlanta.
Oh, interesting.
So some people are already
that's
finding that and hiring those people. So.
Yeah, it seems like it would be these things would be the great place to sort of get hired for that, right? Like I know Blizzard does that. They'll seek out like really good cosplayers who are really good at kind of builder and level stuff, and then they'll hire them to come. Like I remember the year that 2014 when Overwatch was announced, nobody knew about that game. Everything was hidden. There was no leaks or anything. But the same day they announce it, out on stage comes all these people in like amazing cosplay of the characters from this unannounced game. And so a lot of people will get tracked down and say, we've seen your work. We'd like you to be one of these, super secret cosplay people. And they get like 6 months to build like amazing cosplay. And then they get paid to do it.
Yeah, you should talk to Bill sometime about that because he probably knows a lot more cosplayers who have moved from, cosplay as a hobby into the movie industry or theater or other things like that.
Right. Yeah. He's bound to have friends that have gone to places they can't even talk about, right? Like they're making things that are just beyond, anybody's YouTube channel, which is pretty cool.
Oh yeah. It's fantastic to go and see a lot of that stuff. And I end up following a lot of them just through Instagram and seeing who is following them. And then I'll add them and you get to see a lot of really good stuff. So that's another thing that I think people could go to Comic-Con and do Comic-Con right. And then, of course, go to Artist Alley and collect original art.
Yeah,
is another one. Or just, get sketches from artists, too, that are your favorite. Some of them are like, I'll do a little quick 5-minute sketch and give that to you. And you've got an original piece of art by this artist. So
sure.
Those are some of the things. I go into a more complete detailed list this past Friday on the Finally Friday show that I did this week with Ashley Victoria Robinson. And so we talk about some of the things that I'm concerned that people are going to Comic-Cons and maybe not using their time wisely when there could be some other fantastic things that they're missing out on. But the bottom line is, if you want to go to a comic publishers panel where they're just going to read a press release to you and that's what you enjoy, then I guess you're doing that right.
Yeah. I was following Scott Snyder through the Comic-Con events of the weekend. He's great and writes Batman and incredible writer. But I didn't know he also drew a bunch of stuff. Like a lot of these guys, when they get into comics to write, they start as artists or sometimes the other way around. But he had been like on the train on his way to the con, just sketching up what's that Batman, alternate Batman character thing with like the spikes around his neck and kind of Joker face.
Oh yeah. The Batman who laughs.
Yeah, that thing. He was sketching that in the train. It was so good, and I just thought, well, all you need to do is just track down Scott Snyder. That dude will just give you one of those. Like he was just being freebie with it. So that kind of stuff's really good to follow up on in those cons, obviously. But I agree with you. Announcements where a PR guy gets up and says what their next quarter layout is, F off. Not into it. Don't care about that. Not fun. Like celebrate the reason you're there, dude. Wear a Sailor Moon costume and do something cool, do something fun. All right, well, that's good advice. Anything out of that con jump at you and go, oh man, that's cool. Can't believe we finally heard about that.
Yeah, I'm still going through everything this morning. I kind of tuned out quite a bit over the weekend because we were focusing on the soccer because they grouped our kids into a middle school grade, which, some schools include freshmen in their middle school grade.
Yeah.
So they went up against a freshman team and they're all 7th graders. So it was pretty tense. So I was more focused on that than a lot of the stuff coming out of the show.
Well,
But
good. You should be.
There's good stuff that's coming out of those conventions. You can go to sites like CBR or Newsarama or even Major Spoilers as I get those stories up over this week and see some of the things that are announced. It's mostly going to be, product announcements and those kinds of things. If you're a fan of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power on Netflix, the new season for that will debut November 5th. New Wolverine series on the way. It seems like there's always a new Wolverine series on the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that was announced, and I would definitely go check and see some of those other things. Like go check out the cosplayers just on Instagram. Look for the hashtag NYCC or even on Twitter, and you can see a lot of those cosplay pictures posted there. Or go see what the artists are doing or what some of the companies are doing, because there were some really amazing statues that I saw at the Sideshow Collectibles booth of what's coming up. And unfortunately, my wallet is a little thin to be affording some of that stuff, but it's all fantastic and looks great.
Quick note in the chat room. Kei Katsumi says, if anyone is interested, October 18th through the 20th, there's a local anime convention here in Utah at the Davis Conference Center called Anime Bonanza, Anime Bonsai.
Bonsai.
Yeah, Bonsai.
Will they have cartoons there, you think? Or just anime?
I bet it'll be
comic books?
I thought it'll be some comic books, some anime, some manga, and what else?
And some mangia.
And
some the thanks to the local Italian place that's going to be catering it.
And some tentacle porn. It'll be great. Can't wait.
Some hentai.
Yeah, some hentai. Hey, look, is it tentacle porn or hentai? I don't know what the thing is. Well, Steven, it's good to have you on as always, and you're too modest. Majorspoilers.com can be really your only source for this stuff. It is for me. I love it, and people should go bookmark it and go there every day and see what's going on in the world of comics, pop culture, movies, TV, and everything else. Steven Schleicher, Major Spoilers on Twitter. Have a fantastic week, and good luck to your son this weekend. I hope he wins.
Stay hydrated.
Bye now. It was a long stay hydrated.
He was leading into it. He was going to make sure that he was still on.
Oh. All right, that makes sense. All right, let's get Daryl in here.
Yeah.
Doesn't say he's on.
Wow, lots of Star Trek stuff. Holy schmeckaroli.
Oh, did he email? I missed it.
He did, but let me pull up the email.
I will pull it up as well.
I'll pull it up too.
There's Daryl's phone.
Yeah. Hey, Daryl. Is this Daryl Skeels?
Maybe.
Oh, sweet.
I hope so.
That's awesome. I thought it would be fun, real quick here, to play in rapid succession all of the Daryl sounds that are 1 second or less. Okay?
All right.
So we're going to just do that real quick. There's a bunch of them. And here they go. Enjoy.
What?
I'm gonna lick it.
That was your dong. Oh, I have no idea. Doody-doody-doo. Words every day. It's kind of fruity, isn't it? Yes. YouTube. Poop.
It's all mushy and wet.
Do Google and how can you screw up a hamburger? I don't like hearing myself. Shut up, me.
Oh, that's a perfect one to end on. Oh my gosh.
That's a great capper.
I didn't mean that to happen. That worked out real good.
Jeannie got her like throat.
Yeah, her favorite sound we make. She loves it. She literally posted no. That's it. Just no.
No.
After that was it's all squishy.
Yeah, that would have been about right. All right. Hey, we are going to talk to Daryl. Why don't I see his email? It must have come before I... Yeah. Oh, did you copy it?
Here, I can copy and paste the contents.
Oh, there it is. I found it. There were 2 trailers shown at NYCC, speaking of things that happened there.
Yeah.
This first one was the Discovery trailer, which I've not watched yet, but apparently features some kind of wacky forward-in-time business. Is that true? Do you want to do? Is that spoilery or what is that? I don't know what to say.
No. That was at the end of the last season. They went forward in time almost 1,000 years.
Oh, it's just part of that whole thing. Okay, I thought it was some other reference. I didn't realize that. All right, well that's good to know. But then, hold on, shit, I just keep moving from your email. And then they had a Picard trailer, and I did watch this one, and it's a little bit more of a personal kind of Picardy journey thing. A little more dialogue, a few more characters are shown.
A little data at the beginning.
Yeah.
A little more data than we've gotten before.
A little more weird head data at the very top.
He just really looks He doesn't look so much androidy as he looks greasy.
Yeah, something's wrong. I mean, I'm sure it's fine in the thick of it, but if you're watching TNG at all right now, or you have a burnt memory in your head what Data looks like, you're gonna go, "Oh, what's going?" And I know he's older, but I think there's tech we could work on. Practical effects could fix it. You could do a little more CGI touch up. I don't know, but it looks weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
just turn down the horizontal just a little bit.
Yeah, but to see him in a Starfleet uniform and kind of hanging out there was cool. He was also obviously part of some dream. It appeared to me to be.
It had to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's all Data ever is a dream. I don't know. In this
no,
series,
I think that when we see the other trailer when he pulls out the drawer and it's all the Data parts, I'm guessing that's real.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'll bet I bet the thing we see is kind of the catalyst that makes Picard seek out Riker.
New life and new sleep.
I know. I realized as soon as I said it what I was saying.
So did we call that data storage? That drawer? Probably. That's data storage. Yeah.
Very good.
If he loses a hand, or if there's the hand's not included, is that data loss? Like, what do we call that? Is that a data corruption? It's good stuff. Hey, Daryl. So anyway, that trailer, it's got Riker and Troy off living in, I don't know where, no kids, I can tell, best I can tell. Maybe they're growing up in a Starfleet.
Don't we hear somebody saying, "Dad, Picard's here"?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my head I was thinking it was just her going, "My body."
Unless that's Troy going, "Daddy,
Daddy,
Riker,
something's wrong with my body.
Call me Daddy, Troy."
So, but anyway, he's in the kitchen like doing dishes or cooking or something. And Picard and she hugs him, so you see her hugging Picard when he comes to visit, and then he gets to like sit out on the porch or whatever it is. I guess what do you call that hangs over the water? What is that?
Balcony?
Dock?
No, a dock. There you go, hanging out on the dock by the little river there.
Oh, yeah.
Just chilling, and they have the most orange ass looking filter going on all their cameras.
Oh, really?
Oh, if you watch that trailer,
That's funny. I didn't notice that.
It's the most filtery. Well, either that or I had that midnight mode on my computer, night shift on. It's possible I watched it that way. Now that I think about it, just seemed a little orange to me. But anyway, that's all cool, right? Anything stick out to you? Did you like that?
Oh yeah, I like the time period that it takes place in. So I'm way more excited about the Picard one than the Discovery one. Although the Discovery one could be great too.
Yeah, I mean that thing. I still am bugged by the Anaheim Convention Center. It still throws me.
I know, right? That first shot, it's like, oh, he's going to BlizzCon. How cool!
Yeah. Or is it VidCon? What's he doing there? And then when he's inside of it, you look at the doors and go, that's usually where we're all lining up outside there to get our tickets, and it's kind of a weird thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do we feel like Jonathan Frakes is really wanting to remind people as much as possible that he cooks? Because that whole episode that he's a guest on, that final episode of Enterprise, he's the chef and he's cooking everything, and then we see him in this trailer and he's like, "Oh, I'm cooking." Is he bucking for his own cooking show on Netflix? Maybe.
Dude,
that would be great.
Dude. If you told me there was a
Riker?
Jonathan cooking with Frakes, that sounds wrong.
That'd be great. Frakes cooks.
Frakes. You like frosted Frakes? That doesn't sound right. It's bad. Yeah, call it frosted Frakes.
Frosted Frakes.
He kind of is that already.
I think he should host a prison series, a dark prison series on the History Channel called Rikers Island, and he should go around to all of the prisons. That's how we should do it. All right, that's a throw out to an old joke I did. All right, so hey, but the point is, what was I going to make the point? Oh, it does appear that he's sort of just a one-off, like, oh, let's sit down and talk about the old days there, Captain. Sure thing, number one. By the way, I named my cat after you, and then he leaves. And that's the end of it, right?
Right.
I think
I don't know. I think he might be involved more with it.
Maybe he just stops there for food. Do you think he's on Earth, or is that another planet? Is that like Risa that he went to? He liked it so much he went back, or what? Because it had
could be Beta Z.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be Beta Z.
Maybe that's why it was all orange.
Could be. Is Beta Z all orange, or Beta? Is it Beta Z?
I don't know.
It's Beta Z, right?
All those orange rays are good for my body.
I'm thinking it's Earth though.
It's probably Earth. Everyone goes back. Everyone retires on Earth. That's the way they do it.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like they'd be so surprised to see Picard if it was Earth.
Right.
Like, like, oh yeah, okay, he just lives,
a short flight away, but it's like, oh wow, Picard's here. Holy cow!
And is there a dude running around with a lightsaber, or am I imagining that? Something like that, right? There's like a bad guy or a samurai or something. That's got like every couple scenes he's like flipping around with a light sword looking thing.
I did not see that.
Okay.
No.
All right.
There was the.
Maybe they're just swords. I don't know.
I did see a sword fight, yeah, but it didn't look like it was a lit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's probably just me seeing it for something it isn't. Well, that's all very exciting. I can't wait to see that show. It's coming up January.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it's the next one coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, we get that before Discovery season 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't believe we're already 3 seasons in that. How are we even?
Well, we get some short treks before any of that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And one is out already.
Crazy.
Who's in it? What's in it?
This one, I didn't write it down.
Oh,
yeah, you did.
Oh, yes, I
It's
did.
right here.
Yes, I did. It's right
I'm looking
there.
at it. We're just leading into it.
It's
We know
literally
the
in the
answer
notes
that we're
you gave
asking
us.
the question to.
Spock and number 1 are stuck on a turbo lift.
Oh, wait. Spock and number 1. So
Not Riker.
No. But who's the number 1 in this world? I forgot already. Oh, the Chickie Poo, the lady, the main lady.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead lady. Yeah, she's in there.
No, not Burnham.
Oh.
No.
Hey, Burnham? Who then?
Pike's number 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
I swear to God, I can't remember her name.
Would have been in the old thing. She was Majel Barrett in the old thing.
Right.
Okay. All right. I got you. All right. So they're stuck in a turbo lift, and then they had sex. The second one is The Trouble with Edward, which we don't know what that is. The Trouble with Edward is a thing.
I don't know. Maybe it's a
character
Tribble.
Could be.
Do you know what the character Edward? Which character that is?
He's a Tribble.
I hope so.
That'd be great.
I don't know.
It's a day in the life of a Tribble.
You have reproduced all over the place, you little bastard.
That's right. Sleep for a while, have sex, reproduce. Sleep for a while, have sex, reproduce.
Something called Ask Not on Thursday, November 14th. Then you get The Girl Who Made the Stars on Thursday, December 12th. Ephraim and Dot, Thursday, December 12th. And then finally Children of Mars, Thursday, January 9th.
Wow, so 6 short treks. And what do you know? They're separating them out so that people have a reason to keep their subscription for the next 4 months.
That's right.
Yeah, and it's going to work.
Interesting little trick, isn't it? Let's see what they're up to there. Bastards. Well, exciting times. No cookies today because I didn't get mine yet. They were sent back for some reason. They are supposedly on their way. Probably will arrive today, ironically. But Daryl, keep those things sealed and fresh. Don't worry.
I certainly didn't. But I've been limiting myself to no more than 1 a day.
Nice.
Like just 1 Oreo.
Nice. You're a good man that way.
I've saved one of each kind.
Oh.
Wow. Holy cow. Okay, Daryl's gone to town.
I have. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I thought you guys would be way more controlled than this. You guys have like eaten all your cookies.
Oh, you thought because you usually are?
You know how I am, so measured usually when I have a box of cookies.
Yeah, so I know.
Well, I might have to be after today. We'll see what these blood tests say.
Oh, right.
Oh, I'm so annoyed. All right. Actually, Daryl, you wanted to take a bet? Do you think I got the diabetes? What do you think I got today? Do you think the blood's going to come back?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
All right. No. If they say this,
diabetes,
I'm screwed. If they say this,
I am Diablo. I don't like your face.
I'll say thank you and move on. All right. Daryl is the Trek Nerd on Twitter. You can find him there. You can also find him at This Week in Trek at thisweekintrek.com. Do you guys have anything cool coming up? You doing any kind of retrospective or look at anything rad while we're off season for new shows?
Oh, we always do an old episode of one kind or another.
Yeah.
Every week.
It's good stuff. People should listen to it. That's great. And now I will play the longest clip I have of you. All right? This is the longest. Well, I won't play the longest, because the longest is a song where you're singing at 1930 at Nerdtacular 2014. We're not going to do that. But your longest clip that is just a clip. Oh, man. Okay, Jeannie, I'm going to save you, okay? So this would be Jeannie's worst nightmare, but instead I'll play the second longest. Technically, they both say 6. They both round up to 6 seconds, so we'll just count it. So here's the longest Daryl thing I have.
Thanks a lot, f***ing time change. It's the middle of the f***ing night that I'm going to work now.
I love it. Love it.
And I'll be saying that next week, too.
Oh, yeah, it changes.
Oh, yeah.
We fall back. That's better than jumping forward. If we're gonna have to do it, I prefer it.
Well, I don't like it. It makes it darker at night.
Oh, are you scared?
On the 13th. Wow.
Are you scared at night? Scared of the dark?
I don't want to go home in the dark.
Oh.
I just hate getting up when it's like pitch black outside. It's like, oh no, I want it to be light. I like it when it's light and I get up.
I don't even like the movie Pitch Black, let alone waking up in it. That's a controversial opinion. All right, Daryl, stay safe, stay easy, and bye. All right.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. All right, we're going to now, more than ever, play a mashup of last week's shenanigans. This is the Monday mashup, brought to you by our friend at TMS Mashups on Twitter. It's Jamie. He also has a Patreon, which is at the same name, self-same name. So to find that if you want to help him out. Check this out. It is a Monday mashup called... Hold on, I got to read it here. It is not coming up. Why? What did I do? Did I screw up? Oh, I know why, because I put the Daryl thing in. All right. This is the Monday mashup called The Chicken Was a Turkey. And I will play it for you now. Now. Oh, you got a thing, do you? Pull that thing out. Let us see it. Oh!
I think there was a guy, and his name was Larry or Hector or Bob.
Yep.
When I get older, bees in my mouth. When I'm 64, do-do-do-do-do.
Oh, it says...
Will you still be saying my name 5 times? Turn off the lights and I'm gonna hook you with my hook.
There you go.
Oh no! Walrus attacking from side! He punch hole in the boat! What are we going to do?
This is too much hassle.
How do you want me?
You should see the size of the burrito I just got at Chipotle.
The female behind the counter showed interest in my desire for a burrito.
Hot pink plumage on the top of her head, pulled back in a hairnet, as is the custom.
You'll live longer if you suck on these.
They sell in pack. That's where we keep all our chicken heads.
So wait, you're Australian and you're New Zealand. They're the same.
It's just over the water. I could get there in 2 shits. Crikey, it just takes me like a minute to go over there. Here's what I'm smuggling. Hey, I like that one.
Just a little. You like that? You like a little of that?
You know, there's some things in this world your nose will tell you how they taste before you ever get them to your mouth.
I don't remember doing that.
Native American for penis.
You should have just typed in Cherokee nuts.
If they ask you, you say, well, my tires on my car.
My favorite song by Cher, by the way.
Oh, Cherokee nuts, I know. Cherokee nuts.
Yeah, guess that was a turkey.
It was a turkey. Yeah. You're Australian guys from New Zealand, and your turkey is a chicken.
All of our chickens sound like turkeys. Turkeys down here.
I don't remember that little sub-conversation at all. That's great.
No, I don't either. Wow.
Maybe that was film set.
YouTube?
Oh, jeez. Sorry, this stuff's still selected.
Whoa.
My bad.
Whoa.
My bad.
Whoa.
Unchecked selection. Jeez, Daryl. Leaving a stain wherever you go, buddy. All right. Thanks, Jamie. That was awesome, as always. And as usual, we'll have more of his stuff on Monday, sometimes bonus stuff as well, so watch for that. If you'd like to support this great big ball of nonsense, patreon.com/TMS is where to do it. We're early in the month. That means there's still time for you to be an October supporter of us and ours at patreon.com/TMS. Okay. I was going to tell you something. I was thinking of Jack Conte the other day because, Patreon and all that.
Jack Conte. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I had forgotten. I think the 2014 album, Volume 2, I think it's called, that they put out, Pomplamoose put out, might be the best they ever did. It's really, really good. I just am going to throw this out here. One day we need an excuse on this show to play her version of that Cher song, Believe. It is so good.
Oh, really? Okay. We never need an excuse. So.
And I hate that song in the Cher form. But I'm addicted to it in the Pomplamoose form. It's so good.
Natalie Dawn has just such a great voice, and
it's so unique too. Like it's such a unique to her voice. No one else has it. Oh, that version of Believe though is so good. There's also the Lorde. They do a Lorde remix mashup that's like that.
Oh yeah,
diamond in the rain.
a couple different covers in there.
Yeah, it's very good.
All
Also,
right, well, let's plan on. I'm going to plan on airing that on Thursday's episode because I don't have a request queued up for Thursday. So
I like it.
Do it then.
All right,
Yeah.
there it is. All right, Brian. Speaking of which, and that, why don't we do one now? What do you got?
An actual request, Scott, like an actual song requested by an actual listener.
Yeah.
This is so cool. We were talking about this during the live chat during Coverville on Wednesday, but 9 of 12, aka September, wrote in and said, "What were you doing during Live Aid in 1985?" She says, "I was 16 and giving birth to a baby girl. A kind couple adopted and raised her. 34 years later, she has found me. We're kindred spirits, and now I'm a grandmother."
Oh, wow.
Relief, gratefulness, joy, love. I wanted to request a song to thank my daughter Courtney for finding me and allowing me into her life. I'm healed and whole and forever changed, and wanted to share with my Frog Pants family.
That's
so
amazing.
This is so cool.
What a great story.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like she seeked her out, found her, and it's just super cool. Plus the fact that she was during her labor, they were watching Live Aid on TV in the delivery room and stuff. So
love that.
So cool. So congratulations, September, aka 9 of 12. The song she requested, because it was probably the song that Freddie Mercury was singing at about that time, was "Love of My Life," originally by Queen. The cover I'm going to play still has some of that Queen connection to it because it's Brian May, who didn't do vocals on the original, but contributed vocals to this one, and of course his amazing guitar work. He and Carrie Ellis do a lot of great stuff together. She is a Broadway singer that has a great voice. I think she did. She was in Wicked as the oh my gosh,
the Wicked lady,
not the Wicked Witch, but the non-Wicked.
I forgot her name.
Exactly. Yes, me too.
Frenelda. Nope. I don't know. I have no idea.
Something. Anyway, yeah. Carrie Ellis. Amazing voice. Glenda. I think that's what I'm trying to remember. Yes. Thank you, Telly Zarell. Glenda, I think that's who she plays. Anyway, she's got a great voice. In 2013, the two of them went on tour, the Born Free tour, and they released an album with a lot of the songs they performed on tour called Acoustic by Candlelight. Here are Brian May and Carrie Ellis with a cover of Queen's "Love of My Life."
See you guys tomorrow. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
Get them to video it for us, would you? Now, f*** off.
All right. Jeez. Sorry. You see that? There's a great trailer out for a new Guy Ritchie movie. And it's like a return to his British crime kind of movies.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like
good.
What is it? Smoking barrels and a shotgun or whatever it is? Shotgun and two smoking barrels? Or lock, stock, and two
smoking barrels. Right.
There's no shotgun in there. I don't know why I did that.
Nope.
But like that and the Brad Pitt one, his name escapes me. Anyway.
Snatch was the Brad Pitt one.
And it looks awesome. It's got this Cockney ass speaking.
Cool.
That dude we just played. I forgot his name already. Whole bunch of other people. McConaughey's in it. Not Michael, but
Michael or Matthew.
It looks good. Trailer's good. You should watch that trailer. I'm going to recommend that trailer, everybody. Recommendal. There you go.
Awesome. I'm going to go check that out. I watched all the Star Trek stuff before I came on the show because I knew we'd be talking about it. And